You guys are not gonna believe what I just stole from James Cameron's house. Now, as some of you may know, a couple months ago, I released a video about James Cameron's unmade Spider-Man film. And in that video, I tell you the story of what would have happened in James Cameron's film, using the only remaining piece of evidence that had ever existed, the script. Now, script is only a script, of course. We had no idea what Spider-Man would have even looked like in the film, aside from any light or brief descriptions of him that we might have gotten. All we know is that James Cameron planned for it to be, I guess, a sort of classic Spider-Man look, and over his costume, he wore fake web shooters. It's really heartbreaking that we couldn't even get like a single piece of concept art or anything like that to know what James Cameron was thinking when he was trying to decide what Spider-Man was going to look like for sure. But fear not, my dear viewers. I have broken into his house and stolen the Spider-Man suit that he was going to use in the film. But, you know, to defend myself from James Cameron's lawyers and to stop myself from possibly getting arrested, I will just tell you that this is a replica put together by me and my dear friend Eggsomnia, put together to try to figure out what James Cameron's Spider-Man might have looked like. Now, of course, if you watched any of my old James Cameron video at all, you'll know that it was heavily reliant on sketches by Danielle Tomasi, somebody who went through the entire script and redrew it as if it were a storyboard. And those storyboards were heavily referenced when trying to figure out what this suit was going to look like, because I paid Egg to make it for me. And I didn't break into James Cameron's house at all. There were a couple of things I believe you could glean from that old script, but as far as knowing what this thing looked like goes, who's to say? It could have looked like anything. So Danielle Tomasi's sketches were a godsend. All of the logos, even the back logo, the web pattern, all of that stuff was made with Danielle Tomasi's sketches in mind. And if not for Danielle, I would have made this shit up. Like, I would have made up what James Cameron's Spider-Man would have looked like, because as far as I know, the only criteria is that the lenses have to be made out of sunglasses and he has to be wearing fake web shooters. I don't know, guys, there's not really much I can tell you about this thing. There's like nothing online about what James Cameron's Spider-Man suit might have looked like. There's nothing to find, nothing to see. It's just what Danielle Tomasi thought it might have looked like, and that's all that fueled this thing's design. I want to give a huge shout out to Eggsomnia for helping me make this suit. I would have made it myself, but it took a huge load off my back just paying someone else to do it. I paid Eggs $400 for this thing, and that is an amazing price for a suit of this quality. Not only are you guaranteed a stellar pair of lenses and a mask that fits just right with very little wrinkling, you can guarantee yourself some nice looking shoes being sewn onto the suit, soles that are incredibly durable, by the way, carefully painted webbing and logos, nicely sewn logos, gorgeous, beautiful fabrics. I mean, look at this thing. As someone who's been in the Spider-Man suit buying scene for a little bit, $400 for a piece of art like this is amazing. And if you want to get your own Spider-Man suit, and I'm talking your Spider-Man OC, any Spider-Man suit off the page that you've seen that you liked, anything, Eggsomnia can get it to you quick and affordable and all put together real nice, because this is what I paid. And I can't help but tell you how worth it is. And if any of you guys try to say that this is too high and he needs to make his prices cheaper, you have not sat down and made an entire Spider-Man suit. You don't know what it's like. You don't get to say that this isn't a worthy price, because I've made 1 million of them and this is way too goddamn low. So go to Eggsomnia to go buy his suits. They're amazing. Well, I guess there's not really much I can do other than put on the Spider-Man suit and go run around the city, huh? Guys, don't tell James Cameron that I did this, okay? Especially not because I stole it from him. I don't want to get sued, you know, because I've made technically not his intellectual property a real thing, and I totally paid somebody to make it. I didn't break into James Cameron's house and steal it at all. Okay, I'm gonna go roof run now. Bye. Oh, I'm forgetting everything. Alright, I'm sorry, I got some stuff I gotta plug to you. Please use my Fortnite creator code! It's so easy, it's on screen for you right now, Amazing PSM, and it'll do you very well because I've heard some rumors that Peter B. Parker and Spider-Man Noir are gonna get added to Fortnite, and you know what that means. I'm gonna have to make another fucking Fortnite video. So if you wanna see that, and you wanna help pay my bills or whatever, please use my Fortnite creator code. And I'd also like to shout out friend of the show, Nero Does Stuff, for his amazing CGI work. I recently helped him out with his Invincible project, and he's asked me to plug his Patreon for you all. Here you can get some early access footage of some of the stuff Nero's working on, or if you pay him enough, you can even get some of his models to use in your very own projects. All this stuff on screen, you can get. It helps Nero out, which means it helps me out, and it feels good to help promote someone that is making some really good art media in the community. I don't know. You can also get your hands on some Blender tutorials if you've been thinking about wanting to use Blender and trying to figure out how that complicated bullshit works. Not me, you must be an insane person. But if you do want that kind of stuff, you can go to Nero's Patreon, which is also in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was very expensive to make. And, of course, you know, I risked my freedom to get a lot of that footage and also break into James Cameron's house. That stuff was very hard. So, please support everything I'm telling you to support. Thank you.
Rooftop, in danger of getting arrested at any time, and here I am, struggling to put my suit on.